Goeienaand, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And Eskom, under a white CEO, Director, has started looking into what actually went on under several black, corrupt, incompetent ANC, well-connected CEOs who ran the power utility. And what they've come up with is a completely disgusting picture of why Eskom has just completely imploded as a once incredibly profitable company. And this information has been leaked out, thankfully, because what it actually reflects is what's going on across every other aspect of South African life where the ANC and their cadres are running things. Let's unpack this a bit. Plant failures, trust deficits, and the state capture shadow, which has gutted leadership at Eskom, are among a long list of challenges that are bogging down the power utility as it tries to make headway, a leaked document has revealed. The first revision of a 44-page position paper titled the Eskom Deliver Project's Methodology in the context of Eskom's present strategy sets out a range of interventions for the power utility to improve project delivery. The document was signed off by Chief Operations Officer Jan Oberholzer on the 6th of July. It was developed in the latter half of 2019 and earlier in 2020. Oberholzer said in a separate note to Eskom guardians or employees, which has been seen. Oberholzer wrote to the staff, "Changes in Eskom are unfolding at a phenomenal pace. The COVID-19 global pandemic is likely to have a major, if yet uncertain, impact. However, significant progress has already been made in what is tabled in the position paper. Despite the changes brought on by the pandemic, the document is still relevant, and Oberholzer said the position paper was to be used as a reference point for the utilities project officers to use to plan for the short and medium term." The Eskom delivery project's methodology had existed and been developed over a number of decades, the introduction of the document noted. The paper supported notable strategies of Eskom in the past, including the massive rollout of electrification of households during the first decade of democracy. However, it also acknowledged the negative impact of state capture on project successes. The power utility is hoping to use the Eskom Deliver Project's methodology this time to correct past failures and improve project delivery, while taking into account the organizational restructure currently underway. But there are a number of external factors Eskom is challenged by, such as a drop in demand for electricity, an inability to raise funding at viable borrowing rates through tariff increases, the latter of which is contributing to the utility's death spiral. Eskom has a debt burden of 450 billion rand, which it wants to reduce to 200 billion rand, and has been struggling to secure cost-reflective tariffs. It also has a junk credit rating, which contributes negatively to its cost of borrowing. There are also internal factors or own goals which have worsened Eskom's prospects of moving forward. The document indicated plant failures outstrip supply needs. Eskom implemented load shedding due to plant failures early in July, amid a lockdown which already reduced demand. It recently warned there was a risk of load shedding being implemented with the system facing severe pressure. Based on the position paper, it is also battling a trust deficit created by past and present obfuscation of matters, which have resulted in a breach of law in terms of public procurement, contractual terms, and fair labour practice. Leadership has been gutted by the state capture shadow, the document continued. It also highlighted critical decision-making at every level was protracted or simply not made. Some committees have not been functioning properly. They also have been staffing issues with people who are experienced, knowledgeable, and properly equipped not in critical positions, and that's clearly because of black economic empowerment. Success of projects, initiatives, and intended benefits are hugely dependent on the integrity of the team of people involved in the work and stakeholders. The report said, the mega project environment was launched with a foundation which became more and more compromised with vested interests and corruption. The paper also pointed out structural stability had a role in ensuring responsibilities or tasks of a project were fulfilled on time and properly. The report said, poorly initiated, thought through, and implemented organizational restructurings in the last decade and related challenges in job profile development created numerous functional gaps and overlaps. People need to be trained in the substance of what they need to know to do their particular jobs. Responding to the challenge, Eskom set out a range of short, medium, and long-term objectives to improve delivery. This included implementing a technical governance framework for Eskom operations, which would, among other things, create organization stability despite restructures. It also aims to implement the professional registration of key personnel appointed to increase resilience of staff and managers' accountability. Now, this is where there's a problem, because this corrupt ANC government demands that organizations, especially state-owned organizations like Eskom, have black economic empowerment compliance, which means that they've got to put in probably someone who's not competent to do the job, but to stay within the rules of this corrupt ANC government, they've got no choice. This is what has been bringing South Africa down across the board, putting the wrong people in the wrong positions. Look at just about every mayor in South Africa. Yeah, ANC cadres. That's why the municipalities are in such a mess. Let's continue. In the medium term, a dummies guide should be in development for procurement, key appointments, and contract strategies which will help avoid breaches of legislation. It also put forward taking steps to provide industry resource centers. This serves to pool knowledge and avoids duplication of functions of different entities involved in projects. Longer-term objectives involve public-private partnerships and expanding the portfolio of projects to include green elements such as offsetting carbon emissions with African rainforest protection or rehabilitating open-cast mines and ash dump sites. Overall, improving project delivery could help Eskom achieve several aspirations, such as complying with the Public Finance Management Act and relevant legislation, and allowing it to meet socio-economic objectives, such as creating employment and reducing the cost of doing business. In the long term, Eskom aims to have its projects to have a zero net environmental impact, reduce its dependency on electricity sales for income, and drive industrialization and local manufacturing supportive of inclusive and equitable growth. Now, I'm just going to say this again. You've got a white CEO running Eskom. And now that there's an adult in the room running Eskom, guess what's happening? They're starting to get direction again. That's the difference between what happened the past 10 years and what is now happening under De Ruyter's stewardship. All right, guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates. Please like this video. Please share this video. And above all, please stay safe.